All right, let's open our video game. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna lower the volume preemptively just in case. What is this? Game capture. There we go. Yeah, Jer knew. I got played by Jer. I got played by Jer really hard, and I wish that there was maybe like a saying or something to go with that. If only there was some sort of snappy phrase that I could say every time that Jer plays me. I'm very glad you're playing this game. I'm gonna presume that you caught me adding it to my Steam library. Is how you know. Like on community or whatever, the activity feed. I was on the Steam page. Oh, gotcha. Because I don't know. I saw friends that own this game. Okay, cool. Nice. Text skim. Old bullshit to skip text. Single box skip, full auto skip. Full auto skip seems like a bit much. I probably don't even want to use this feature, right? Screen shake on, vibration on. Text box transparency. Oh, that's fun. Are you doing the whole trilogy or just the first game? I mean, I'd like to play all of the games, but like playing all three games in one, like back to back to back, is probably not the greatest idea. So I'm probably gonna play the first one, do like a multiplayer break for a week or something like that, and then do the next game or something like that. 'Cause they're not super duper long games, right? Not unless I suck. There's something else too. Yeah, okay, so we want to bump up our resolution. We don't want it to be windowed. And I've heard that we need VSync on, because if we have VSync turned off, then we get some really weird issues with frame rate and music and stuff like that. Not super long, no. Yeah, that's what I figured. Are we still... My OBS is not where I want it to be, so let me scoot it over real quick. I also need to do this. That's some loud. Okay, so how's this for volume? Do I need to adjust? Sounds good. Okay, swell. We'll see what happens when sound effects and stuff get thrown into the mix. Shrink the cam a little bit. Sure, I can do that. I cropped the webcam even harder, and then I made it a little bit bigger. I might have made it a bit too big. Doot. That's better, I think. I have no idea. Anything else I need to do? This is a lot of buttons. Like, this game wants me to play Phoenix Wright with two hands, I think. There's probably mouse-only controls. Tab, R, J. I think you just use the mouse. Yeah, I mean, I figure so. But, like, this is so funny to me that there's, like a two-handed, like, many-button fucking way to play this game. I've never played Phoenix Wright before. It's... Several years back, I would have called it a puzzle game. People generally call it a visual novel, in the same way that, like, Danganronpa is a visual novel. They're very similar. Back. All right. But it's super neat. I don't know what the like HD edition does about certain things, but the music so far sounds pretty good. Let's fucking new game this shit. Yeah, Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations. Yeah, baby. Play the first turnabout. Hell yeah, dude. Achievement unlocked. I got an achievement. Gamer achievement. Someone like him. Boy. Yeah, awfully bold for the video game to just show us who the murderer is. Boy, am I nervous. It's the lady, in high definition. I'm glad I made it on time. I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. That we're both desperate? High definition traced over the original pixel art graphics. Yeah, right? I was about to say it looks like... I wouldn't say it looks better, air quotes. I like the pixel art. A favor. Is it defended before this case? My schnoz is giving me a lot of trouble. I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. All right, guys. So, stream's over. I hope you guys had a good time. Thanks to Zap and Jer and Corbin for showing up to the live stream. But you know, sometimes these things happen. Sometimes the live stream just has to end. All right, joke's over. It's over. Sometimes it's just over. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, he just does that. Nick. Not me? Okay, just checking. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? It's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? You gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. I'm sorry, Larry. You did a murder. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A lady died in her apartment. It was clearly of a heart attack. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. I wanted to say his name was Butts, and I was like, that's stupid. No one would give a character that kind of a name. She drowned in a pool of ketchup. The real criminal is diabetes. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has an knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. So he tripped and fell, and then the knife just kind of slipped inside of her. Whoops. I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart, and that I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Just. Look at them graphics! Man, I was kind of hoping for being HD edition that we'd have like a bajillion and a half frames of animation on every single character. It's now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Look at this, lame-o. Not to be confused with Lamau. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Hands shaking. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Mom, spaghetti. I already did this joke last time. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Spaghetti. Please state the name of the defendant. It's Phoenix Wright. It's Larry Butts, Your Honor. The saga. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. I can't believe... Is that Blue the Demon? The man who watches his own live stream? Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Who knows? It could be anything. Glad I read that case report cover to cover so many times. Wait. Uh-oh. It could be me. You're right. It could be you. I forgot I'm drawing a total blank here. Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? The victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. That's awfully mean, lady. The victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab. That tab looks really out of place. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Cinder block. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. What was the cause of death? She died because she was... hit with a blunt object, but we're supposed to do a blunt trauma. She was hit once by a blunt, got real high, and then died. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. I mean, I understand this is supposed to be a tutorial, but it's really weird. Like, a judge is like, so, who died? Could you tell me that? Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. That head nodding animation on the judge looks really weird. Yeah. It was Ace Attorney. It was. Jer played me. The man knew. The victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker, who was found lying on the floor next to the victim. Yeah, baby. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Knock. The thinker. Just a whole ass statue? Well, it's not that big of a statue. It's like, I don't know, smaller. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. What do I do now? You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. I know, but what if it wasn't that small? Then our murderer would be very strong. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. That little twitch he's got. Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway? What you describe is generally what we mean by dump. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Yeah, a passport. I don't know why it says the United States of America, but alright. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. First stream, huh? First stream when we're getting into this, huh? Older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? The game has kind of an awkward localization at times because of how they tried to change the setting from Japan to America. The joke in the community is that they're in Japanifornia. They're in neo-nude Japanifornia. The question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. That's interesting that even though this is the HD edition, they would keep weird localization things like that. I believe the accused motives is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? Remember every freaking word from the whole trilogy, dude. I mean, if we don't let him, like, I mean, the answer is to just let him go, right? Is just to let him do it. Because it's not like we can say it's irrelevant to the case because, like, because it was, because he did. This is a tutorial case, it's easy. I know, and I'm pretty sure I can't bone it in these multiple choice questions. Send him a signal. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, The defendant is lying. I don't like his eyeballs. The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Man's like a chicken. You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. You may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, and then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. The phone in her apartment was not working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. That is awfully convenient. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Yeah. From noon to 6. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? We're already pulling out the dramatic music. This is it. The real deal. What am I supposed to do? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. They must have lied. There's no other option. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction there. Find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Open the court record with tab and then point out the contradictions. This is the part where we hit the hold it button.
Hold it!
Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd that you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seems strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. He looked like a criminal. I don't know. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course. But the witness means that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? Let me press the button again. Half open, you say? The door was open halfway, yes? Game is a tiny bit loud. We can fix that. Probably. So, our only option is to go to 0, and I love it when video games do this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna I'm gonna bring it to 75, I think. I'm gonna bring it to 75. Is that okay? Is that better? Better? Lower still, or are we good? I think it's good now. We'll try it for a bit. We can always diddle with it somewhere. Oops. That's the button. But no one came to close the door. That's odd. In a big city like this, I thought. And what happened next? I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. You're the only human to want to peek. We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did Payne cut him off so quickly? Looked into the apartment. What happened then? I mean, I'm pretty sure she was dead, but tell us more. Are you sure she was dead? I mean, it's always good to double check. Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Define inside. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? You thought to call the police. Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Please, please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? The phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment was working? Yes. I mean, no. No, it wasn't. Right. You said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. That phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? And you found a public phone. I use a public phone. I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. What time did you call again? 1 p.m. Absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m. Right. Does that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. The man who ran was, without a doubt, defendant. Well, we'll see what he says here, and then we'll go back. Are you absolutely 100% positive? No mistake about it. The witness says he's certain. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with tab. It wants us to present our attorney's badge. No one's ever made that joke before. Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, he's got the sweats. Oh, that. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sod, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you gotta do, point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. And when we're done, we're gonna get a baguette. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Do it again. This time don't fuck it up. But I didn't fuck it up the first time, Corbin. Also, she didn't have power. So I mean, like, you know. You know what to do. I've got this one. I was talking aside. Do it again. Tell us a story. But this time, don't be an asshole. Too late. On the body, I heard the time. Press the Q button.
Hold it!
To get through tight spaces, press the circle button to slide.
Sing us a song. No. You said heard and not saw. You're the piano man. I don't know piano. I could find somebody who knows piano though. If Lob's in the chat, I can get him in the call and he can piano. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? You're saying you heard something? But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. Witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest that he wouldn't hear anything. It was probably coming from the television. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. There was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. I may be an older and wiser and better attorney than you, but who knows what could be wrong with this testimony. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? How do you explain the gap? Well, can you explain this? And then just moves on to the next one. A video? That would explain why the time was wrong. True. But the problem lies someplace else. You don't have to hold at everything, but the game creators wrote all this dialogue for me to consume and eat and view and put inside of my body. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear. I too have only just learned that the witness heard the time. Press everything if you want to. I guess there is no consequence. Like I said, so much dialogue to peruse and consume. Well, you just watch it. Yeah, you dingle. Tab. Boink, 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 boink. Present.
Here, have this paper.
The prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. There is one case and testimony in the whole trilogy where you only have the chance to question one thing. That's an interesting gimmick. Well, Kirk. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait, I remember now. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. His hair flew away into the night. Must have been the shock of finding the body. Let's hear your testimony. Hearing the time. I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Events may cross-examine. Gladly. Hearing the time. We're getting more exciting. I did say I wanted to read everything, but we could also just shoot through this because it is the tutorial. Table clock that was used as a weapon, that's what I said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Let's also check on this. Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. What, it's like, we don't know that it's a clock?
Objection!
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. Its neck is a switch. You tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. The murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yeah. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in... Alright, Mr. Wright, slow down here. In the witness's testimony. The only way you could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified they never entered the apartment. And Phoenix Wright's eyebrows are all over the place, aren't they? Funny thing is that you didn't need to press anything in the first trial. You don't need to. There's no... I don't think they give you any additional information that you need to use in order to get it going. There's a tutorial about pressing on the second case. That's interesting. The witness knew it was a clock because he knew the victim! You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there, see? I'll do better than that. I'll prove you were the one who killed her. Oh, that's an awfully bold statement to make, Mr. Wright. And you have awfully bold eyeballs blinking at different times, Mr. Man. What's with people's eyeballs in this game? And the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Please continue, Mr. Wright. HD killed the eyeballs. Well, at least he was wearing gloves. Mr. Solid. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What is the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw it. I hate you. Alright, dude. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. He still has hair. Game sucks. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saad heard was definitely this clock. That fact which is clear if you simply ask the neighbors. I mean, just do it. May I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. We've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? What a weird thing to put in the tutorial. Just put a statue of the thinker. And he says, I guess it's 8:25. Probably. It's just an interesting item. It's a clock, but it's kind of not a clock, but it is a clock. It's also a murder weapon. You can use it to kill him. You can use it to kill a man, or a woman in this case. Case literally. Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow, precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saad heard and the actual time of death. Try to talk your way out of this one. Forgot one thing. Murder weapons are unisex. Yeah. While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. You said damn it. You can't say damn it in a fucking kids game. In a kids game with dead people? Seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. This is rated teen. A game for kids. Little babies. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. It ends the cross-examination. And look what happens. I throw my hair across the room, and then I fall into riddles. You know what I hate? I hate his teeth. They're just like a little line all over his face. There's no, like, dividing. Bub game. It's a reading game. I'm learning to read better. Treat me like a criminal. A criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. And this is Japan. I have no drink in here. I really need to get more. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. We're gonna get saved by the lady. Lady. I mean, Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Just like the statue that murdered that lady. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Except for Jesus. But that doesn't mean you still can't win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it. Why didn't let them have it? You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. It's the ass port. Eat. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad. You could say that the broad had returned home from abroad the day before the murder. Yes, we all know that the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. As we all know. As we all know. Common knowledge in Japanifornia. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you? Or should I say Mr. Saw it, or should I say Mr. Did It? He's on to us. He knows the puns. He's dead. We killed him with knowledge. Defeated with facts and knowledge. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Book a lawyer defeats criminal with facts and knowledge. Is that the meme facts and knowledge? I can't think of it. It doesn't sound right. It's like... I don't remember. Facts and logic. Thank you. I knew I was close. I knew I was adjacent to it, but I wasn't on it. Defeated with facts and logic. Ben Shapiro defeats liberals with facts and logic. Those dang old dirty liberals. YouTube algorithms, man. And that is funny because we are in a court. I have a little thing to talk about here, but we're gonna close out this case before I talk about that. That was in everyone's feed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay! A confetti.gif. And with that, this court is adjourned. Not guilt. Whoever smelt it, guilted. And it's usually the Butts. Turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. Wow, look at her. Look at her high-quality face right here. HD edition, dude. Such high-quality art. The confetti is my favorite part in Phoenix Wright. It's pretty good. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And then just killed her. That's how that works. Thanks, Jer.
We did it! Yay! You did it! Congratulations!
Thanks, Chief. Fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Wait, that's good. Wait, that's bad. Larry, you're innocent. This case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. She's a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I could practically sit the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's separate. Dinner, movie, my treat. I was the one who got you off the hook. Here, take this. It's a present. A lady died because of it. Her spirit now inhabits it. You could probably use it to forge a soul weapon. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. You made this? I made this. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Are you so sure? Nick, squeeze me? That's my joke. You can't say that. Come on, man. Not cool. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Then that proves how she felt about him? What the heck is she talking about? The attorney's badge. No one's ever made that joke before. It's gotta be the statue, right? Because she brought it with her on the trip? It's gotta be. This is... I know a tiny bit about Phoenix Wright, and this is... You said the confetti is your favorite part. This is my favorite part, is the little, like, after puzzles. You get one time to solve it, and if you don't solve it, it's forever unsolved. I love failing these. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am, thanks. I hope that made him feel better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence. No. I paused and I considered doing the rest of this character in a Marge voice, and then I was like, no, that's gonna suck. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna suck for me. It's gonna suck for you. It's just gonna be bad. Hopefully you realize, but now you won't get to play Apollo Justice. What do you mean won't get to play? I bought this game and now I'm banned from playing Apollo Justice. Things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. In order to believe in yourself, you have to believe in the me that believes in you. Or dual destinies, or spirit, whatever. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Dual destinies and spirit of justice are on Android. Not just 3DS. I mean, I have a 3DS. I just can't stream a 3DS right now. Phoenix Wright Spirit Tracks. Ah, yes, my favorite train-based lawyer game. How about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why he became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Over drinks? Until my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. I'm pretty sure he's just not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave us, Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. Would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. Boy howdy, I hope this character lasts a really long time. Achievement unlocked, the first turnabout. Bop, 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 bop. There are 30 achievements for this game. We'll just save one. Yeah, down here. Yeah, that's good. Cellular. Beep. This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been busy. Lonely? It's all your fault. I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. Swear to God, if one of the achievements is Chapter 2, Case 5 bad ending, I'm gonna cry. I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Hey, listen, toys are cool for adults. I looked and there is an achievement for that. Sadly, the name isn't the meme. Oh boy. So I guess whenever I get there, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get a bad ending, and then someone's gonna have to tell me what the meme is. probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. I had to take the clockwork out. Don't worry about it. I mean, I'll worry about it when I get there. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. I'll be in a but I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers. This really is America. They've just proved it to me with burgers. I could really go for a good burger. We'll hit the usual joint. It's a deal. Say, sis. Okay, sis, see you soon. I'll be waiting. I hate that noise. Faye and Co. Ms. Faye. I'll take what's mine. The papers. I can't give you what I don't have. You are a poor liar. See right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. Ear-piercing beep. I should have been more careful. That was good. I'm so very sorry, but I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell. Buzzing. He flashed her. And he gave her the smack. Awfully bold of the game to tell us the murderer right from the get-go. Red, white, blue. September 5. They do that for every first trial too. It sucks. That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should go out for dinner. What's that smell?
It's blood.
Maybe she's in her office. Look at how sad she is in HD. Wow. They do that for every first trial, but there are some that keep you going, or there's just 37 suspects, one trial. I mean, if there's 37 suspects, who really knows? Chief! She looks awfully peaceful for being curse-smacked in the noggin. Who are you? Who are you, lady? Wait a second, who are you? No, she's dead too. And then dialed 911. Her body was still warm. Okay, dude. Nice gradient hair. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Okay, dude. Till finally she was called. That's how that works. Corbin, is that how that works? A good song. Examine. Wow, look at this! Look at all the things we can click on. Click on that. We can click on this. We can click on that. Wow. No clues here. Wow. Wow, click on that. Wow, there's a large building right across from the office. Wow. A thinker. How ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Wow. A check mark. I love how slow this cursor is. What do you use? A chair. Feels pretty good to sit in too. I like the idea of things, right? It's like a dead body. It's a good chair. Wow. That's comfy. Check her shoes. If there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. Lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Wow! There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of glass. The glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Except for that piece of paper that I think just appeared now and wasn't there previously. Examine the lamp.
Give me the lamp.
A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya. This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough sniffing around for now. I better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Oh, here's a question I actually have about this game. Does this have, like, the DS included, like, weird touchscreen cases? I don't know. I forget often that this was originally just like a fucking. If it does, they'll be in case 5 of the first game. Okay. Yeah, because I remember bonus cases only being thing in the first game because it wasn't originally on DS. That's the only one of the trilogy that has DS gimmicks. Hopefully I won't have to blow into the microphone. This was added when it was ported to the DS to showcase off the freaky sweet Lois features that the DS has. Like blowing. Hi, lady. Hi, lady with the interesting colored eyeballs. Who are you? I work here. Maya. Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. What happened? Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened? I came in, the room was dark, and she was dead. She was a dead. Sister. You were here visiting this late at night? She said she wanted me to keep some evidence. It was that clock, it was the tinkering. Freeze it. Here, have an eat. She wrote a message with her own blood. Even though, like, 3 seconds ago, Phoenix Wright was like, she probably died instantly. That's my name. But why? Why would she write my name? I don't like this face. Why would she write my name? I better call the police. Someone call the doctor. Is there a phone in here? Move. Go home. Phone. Dial 911. It's funny, a few of the screws in the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking the phone. Police? Man, look at those Titas. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Slide. Oh, wow! Surely this is the future of gaming. The chief was never good with machines. About all she used his PC for was email. Tyler says, "Yo, what are you doing?" I don't know, Tyler. What am I doing? Playing Phoenix Wright or stream. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. All the cool lawyers have a catchphrase. All the best lawyers have a catchphrase. I don't have a catchphrase. Head slide, all in your face. What's up? Move. The sound effect is the surprised face. The police. Freeze, police. Put your hands up. Oh, it's this. It's Detective Dick Asshole. Gumshoe. What an odd name. Hey, Dick. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been the what I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Whoa! Excuse me. Does the word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? Why does he talk like that? I don't remember him talking like that. With a dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. This is the only scene he talks like this in. It's strange. I'm gonna go down there and find a murderer, see? Talking to the girl. Wow. They have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Morning. You gonna be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. Up to me? I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're not gonna believe me, are they? When you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? I never thought. It's okay. I also heard about you. I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow! He crashed and burned. He's a genius. Strike fear into the hearts of evil types. He's also got really weird gimmicks in his fighting game. He's just a weird dude. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait and give him 3 more years. Unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. Same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia. What's with the outfit? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Like people in religious training, what is it you do? It's nothing strange, really. Of course it's not. I'm a spirit medium in training. Something small, medium, at large. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. You tell me about the day of the murder? I got a call from my sis. She wanted me to hold onto a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That clock shaped like the thinker. How could that have been evidence in a case? She said something about that. I remember. You want to hear it in her own voice? I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. I forgot how to delete those things. Well, let's hear it. The detective took my cell phone. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. Alright, you know. Yay. Last few hours of talking about it, I've kind of gotten used to it. That morning I got a call from my sister. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer. I'm really sad I skipped that. When did you arrive at the office? It was around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Look at all that blood. That's all I need to hear for now. You're a medium in training. Especially the women have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Mia was into this stuff too. Of course, she left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers are first class too. Wait, so you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? In training. Can't you contact Mia Spirit then? We can just ask who killed her. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. Thought that would be too easy. I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I could call him. And well, I'm in trouble. You think you can go and ask him to represent me? Yeah. I have no one else to turn to. What about your parents? Don't worry. Leave this to me. Trial's tomorrow at 2. Tomorrow? What if this guy refuses? Told me that if I don't find one this day, we'll pick an attorney to defend me. And when will that happen? They're giving me until 4. Okay. Buck. Present. Move. Grossberg. That plant looks weird. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. It's a painting of Lama Lana. We should just play that game instead. That painting is bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me this stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Clever writing. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but probably the most expensive one available. I mean, probably. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I could tell somebody here's got money to burn. All we've learned is that he's got $1 billion. Mahogany, polished to a deep luster. Mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. They're just for looks. So we've learned 2 things. We've learned 1, that this guy has a lot of money, and 2, he's illiterate. They're all busy searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Don't I know you from somewhere? You're that Butts guy, aren't you? I'm Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. And you were... Detective Suede Shoes. Detective Gumtree. Suede Shoes, wasn't it? That's me. Don't step on my blue suede shoes. Wait, that's a song, pal. My name's Dick Gumshoe. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Get the name right, and don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? You got business here, you better do it quick. He blinks normally. Do you have an autopsy? You want to know the results, huh? But don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. You can see the report, but that's all. Single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. And already, I've learned also that Phoenix Wright apparently knows when death is instantaneous. And also that she couldn't have possibly wrote that note. Ow. Ow. I'm looking forward to the trial. This is one trial you aren't gonna win. How do you say that? They just put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Who knows who that character could be? I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all. Edgeworth. Tell me who this worthy edge man is. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. You do know him, don't you? Of course not. Never heard of him. Wow! And you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius, surprised you don't know him. Of course I know him, I was just playing dumb. The cold, heartless machine will do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Present. Attorney badge. What's that? Sorry, pal, but I got no info for the likes of you. I don't think there's much to do here. Scoot? Can we go back to Grossberg? Nope. Scoot? Does this work? That's the murder weapon. Seems like the glass stand next to the victim fell over, and the glass shards were pieces of the broken shard. Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? I have that. Did you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Tell him why I want it. There's no way he'll give it to me. Doesn't matter? Oh no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. Cell phone holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite a detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There wasn't any suspicious call records in there, after all. Seems like he didn't notice the recorded conversation. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. Yes, thank you. One more thing I wanted to mention. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. You better not. No influencing the witnesses with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. You sent her home already, then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She is not to go outside her room until the trial. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Scoot. September. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say anything to that lawyer, pal. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. This is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Let me go freshen up. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Bad boy. Really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. What could be inside the drawer? We'll just go grab it. Maybe later. No clues here. Hiya. You can tell me something. I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please. Dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Could you... Just who exactly are you? Are you hitting on me? I'm just doing my job here. This is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? You had your little hopes up, didn't you? Is someone staying here with you? What amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. I'm just a lawyer. Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, huh? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Reason. Hey, what is it? Did you meet the lawyer? I haven't seen him yet. I better go see if I can find this elite lawyer. Well, maybe I should just wait for him to come back. That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I ever dang heard. So, you're the one who they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. You're a lawyer, are you now? And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. How come no one can get in touch with you? You see, the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Actually, it's about Maya Fey. Ah, yes. Maya Fey, go on. Ah-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. How did you know the trial is tomorrow? I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry. End of discussion. He's refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Tell me why you won't take the case. You see, I'm busy, you see. The client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew your sister would be in good hands. How does he get any work in this world if he doesn't accept cases on his day's notice? How does he get anywhere in this world without being such a big old twat? However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. His peace is what all true lawyers strive for. I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? I have nothing more to discuss. The painting. It's quite a painting. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least $3 million. I have no intention of parting it with it, of course. I won't sell it. Not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. How'd you know Mia Fey? She worked here, I guess. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. He left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission to see. You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion and never looked back, that one. Reason. Yeah, but Mia's dead. Talk to the lady. Hey, lady. I'm sorry, but your boy is a bad boy. Did you find the lawyer? I am the lawyer. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help. I see. I've been abandoned then. Well, I'm a lawyer. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And my cat didn't like me. I don't know where my mother is. Sad music. She can still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced that she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. You live by yourself? Yes. I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. What? Your mother's enemy. Unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. So what happened? The case was solved, we thought. And I thought Mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother became the laughingstock of the nation. That was the name my sister told me. White. Just a little longer now, before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. Go home. Just go. Just go home. Who cares? I made up my mind. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play the video game. But why? Well, I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know. You don't know? Is this girl sitting in front of me the killer? All the evidence seems to say is yes, but there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness is strange behavior. The way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. More than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad. He's a sad boy. He's a little sad boy. Look at him. He's so sad. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. There's only one thing I know for certain. I won't abandon you. You can count on me. Sniff. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. You are innocent, right? Yes, and I trust you. You trust me too, okay? It's a deal. What happens next? We gotta find out. There has to be something in there.
How could we find out? It is the bellboy. Hello, bellboy.
You are? I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. You know where Miss May might be? Whoever guessed Miss May is currently using the facilities. We've no need of anything. I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Now's my chance to snoop. I almost forgot. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp owned. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? I think not. Wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. I'll use this evidence that I stole in the trial tomorrow. Yeah, I always thought it was super weird how in Phoenix Wright you have to play detective and lawyer at the same time. Day 2 trial. We're already ready. There he is. There's the boy. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Your Honor. Look at his singular eyeball. He's a Cyclops. I'm a Cyclops. I better not show any signs of weakness today or be on me in an instant. Please give the court your opening statement. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. We have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. We may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Please state your name and profession at the court. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Please describe for us the details of this murder. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Hey, that's handy dandy. Body was found by the window here. Doesn't look quite like a body. The cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. Floor plans. Now, detective. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Please testify to court about this hard evidence. A phone call came in and I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already, the defendant and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say?
Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examine what? I couldn't even see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Maya just threw something at me. When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Just passing notes in court, huh? That's how that works. Let's give this a try. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. I mean, just go. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. Calls from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Who could they be? Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people that you found on the scene were. Yes.
The defendant and the lawyer.
Hold it!
Slam. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. He does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to present with a little bit more care. But it doesn't matter.
Hold it!
How immediately would you say you arrested her? Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness.
Hold it!
Hold on just 1 second. If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence you did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was a hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. You have any more solid proof other than her claims, detective? Guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, detective. Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try and be more careful. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Hard evidence. Detective Gumshoe. You get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. I find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name. Especially the name of her own sister. Yeah, actually, you got a point. Stop right there. Ugh, look at his face on this frame. He looks like a goblin. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. What he said. Because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, and then who did write it, Smarty Pants? Who? I did. It was me. The killer. Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Tell us what was written on that memo you found. So, does it want me to present evidence here? Or here where he says, before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Because, like, that's the lie. I guess I could just try it. Death was instantaneous. Reason.
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blunt blow. Due to a blunt. Immediate blunt due to a death. She died immediately. No butting your way out of this one, Detective. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. His little two-frame finger wag. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? Second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. There was a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. You look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. The detective's a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? I thought, Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next time. What? I submit this report to the court. The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. Prosecution would like to call its next witness. Poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. It's like, you know, yeah. Your name, please. April May. At your service. Order. Hi, Fair Sissy. How's it going? We're doing lawyer things with the big titty anime lady. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. A powerful lady indeed. Where were you on the night of September 5, when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fane called Law Offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. Is she supposed to be a cat? I don't get her. Dude, I don't know either. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. And the one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting at the defendant's chair. The woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she got up to her and she hit her. She do that. And the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. She died. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink. You were warned about the winking, alright? Listen. I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Oh, wait, Your Honor. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite. Don't say firm. I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. How dare you? Yeah, how dare you? Will you cross-examine the witness? Nah. Yeah. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. It was like 9, you know. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Well, gee, that's it? You can't get out of this question that easy. Sort of, you know, had a feeling. I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder in this one. I mean, yeah, why not? Surely you must have had a reason to look out of your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. And just like that, the sound effect was over. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What'd you see next? I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey. Uh-huh. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. Your thing. And the person attacking her? A mousy girl. How do you know she was a defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. Testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. Yep, he's right. I question the testimony. I mean, Phoenix Wright did give us a comment that was like, it's kind of hard to see a person's face, but we're talking about physique here. I mean, we'll just hit I question the testimony anyway. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You saw nothing? I don't know. Did you really see the defendant go? Because of the distance? I mean, like, I'm trying to understand. What is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. If you had really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That is a good point, actually. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rar. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I guess she is supposed to be a cat. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. The court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. This game seems hard. This is level 1 technically. We just got done with the tutorial. It's only okay for us because like we've been here from the beginning. And we know our evidence and stuff. Here, you know what? I can give you a breakdown once we get a sec. I'll be a good girl, I promise, wait. If you would. I almost had her. Witness testimony. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. The girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with a weapon. quack. That clock. The statuey clock? The thinker, I think. Does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. So, let me get a hot breakdown here. What a big. So what we got is, we always have our attorney badge for a good joke. It's not used for anything, to my knowledge. We have an autopsy report. May died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after getting hit. We have a cell phone, which has a conversation between the victim's sister and her. And we have glass shards. I don't know what this is quite. I don't know how this is relevant quite yet, but we got that. The murder weapon looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock. And that's where my suspicion is right now. She knows that it's a clock, and that's kind of weird because it doesn't look like a clock. Found we found a wiretap in this lady's hotel room. There is a note, which is actually a receipt. And it says Maya's name on it, and that was evidence, but, you know, I mean, it still is evidence, technically, because she may have lived for a little bit. Anyways, point is, floor plans, murder scene, and we can take a look at this. This little cone being where our cat lady saw the things happen. Anyways. Back. Victim dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon, I saw it. That clock. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony? Don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. I have a feeling I'm onto something now. The thinker, I think. So we want to present. I think we want to present this because it doesn't look like a clock. I think is what we're going for.
Objection!
Yeah. Ms. May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. There's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Mac. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Objection!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. You will withdraw your question, Mr.
Objection!
The questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question. Woo! If you stop me there, the trial would be over. But what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? Because I heard it. I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law office as a fan, Colin. I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. That doesn't work because she took the clock apart. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it and couldn't have run. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it's empty and it's broken work both, but it's broken? I think it's broken. That clock is busted. Just look at it, Your Honor. Please examine the clock. See anything interesting, Your Honor? I'm not sure I would call this broken, but I doubt it could ring. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Yeah, I think empty would have worked in either case. And like she couldn't have heard it. Maybe I think the game is throwing me like an easy mode bone right now. She couldn't have heard it because it couldn't ring. It couldn't ring, and therefore she couldn't have heard it. Like, both answers were technically correct. It is, as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat. Well, Miss May. Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. The clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That is true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it, and that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the clockwork was removed? Oh, it's impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is the cell phone. Because she'd make it to call, and she say she removed the thing. Take a look at this. It's a very cute cell phone. You have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Oh, they did his eyeballs real good in this one. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time that this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know this weapon was a clock? Isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. Shouldn't he have had submitted that evidence before the trial? I mean, so that's the thing, is that we are kind of playing sneaky lawyer a little bit. Like, yeah, by all standards, he really should have. But, like, we also snuck into this lady's room and found the wiretap, and we haven't submitted that as evidence, so, like, there's a couple things we're doing technically incorrect here. What was that store again? I go to so many. I forgot. The witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Is the defense of any objections? Yes. Japan fantasy law. You know what is so funny to me? That this game technically is that you could argue that this game is a fantasy because Phoenix Wright wins so many cases. In Japan, from what I remember, in Japan there's almost no not guilty findings in court. I don't know what the word is. Verdicts. There you go. It's all valid if you win, I guess. Yeah, verdicts. There's almost no not guilty verdicts. Like the favor is like super heavy like courts are super in favor of the prosecution. Witness claims that she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. I mean, it's just a clock made by Larry. This clock was never in any store ever. A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Everything is sold in stores. I think it's high time that you went shopping for a better excuse. He's got her. Excuses not on sale today? She angry. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. She just like phases into super anger. Did I like lose it? I guess I did. Wink. Scary. How did you know the weapon was a clock? This is good. Oh, I really like this. Something about confessions been the most important part of trials. There still, I saw in a documentary thinking confessions are not always obtained fairly. Yeah, I don't remember like the details about it, but I do remember. It just doesn't sound like a great time in the courts over there, huh? Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. You know, it was a clock because Witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. That is correct. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. She exploded, and I can show you the proof. This is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Right. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. You were tapping the victim, Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is the cell phone? Yeah. Of course it is. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation. Please don't beep. It's a clock. Made to look like the statue. You used a wiretap to listen to this conversation, and that's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Objection! Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. So I'm the bad girl, is that it? She cry. Boy. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? You were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he does have a point. You have an explanation for the court. Can you prove that you had nothing to do with this murder, even though that you had tapped your phone? I saw that evil grin. You're probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. You're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can. And will. You can't be serious. Way, I say. Way. And I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. The killing happened at around 9 o'clock at night. That's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Iced coffee. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee but cold? You don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It's my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. They're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win that unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, that she is innocent, and thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. I mean, we don't give up. Understood. I accept your condition. You fell right into my trap. Very well. Court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Certainly does look like a bellboy. He still has a tray and everything. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I'm the head bellboy at the Flying Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the morning from our guest. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I don't like where his eyeballs are. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Anything required of me, sir? I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds, I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally. We'll refrain from asking frivolous questions. Received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest. I think I said morning on accident.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? How could you be so certain? How could you know? I checked Miss May personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. What then?
Hold it!
On the dot, you say. I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink it after she finished, sir. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee. Something like that. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9. Why would she be so particular about the time? Took him 1 hour to make that iced coffee. That's not good service. Well, I mean, I think the idea was that she like called it in, so it didn't take him an hour to make iced coffee. He just made sure to get the iced coffee to her at the time. Fuck. Ugh. Hmm. 9 on the dot. I believe we received a call after 8 in the evening. 8 in the evening. 8 in the evening. I do not know. You sure it was Miss April May yourself? Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with an, embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. No good, there's nothing there. Is that it? Finally you understand this bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. Witness may leave the stand. Protest. Does Vance have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. This is really it. Now's my last chance. What do I ask him about? I mean, it's probably not bed making. Room service. Check-in. Check-in? Does that matter? I'm thinking check-in might be important because if she was checked in before this conversation took place, I don't know. Maybe. But room service. Room service just feels more relevant. Room service. Again about room service. Again, sir. Delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. Guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Iced coffee for 2, you know, and we don't skip on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? That was... I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will now answer the question. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Indeed. It was the, good barrister, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof. you fool. Edgeworth playing dirty. I've done it, I've won. I've defeated Zerg. This April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? It was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. He has been previously revealed. Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. One convenient little setup, but it's too late. After all, it was you who hid the presence of this other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Good. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Yeah, we did it. Mr. Wright, you are amazing in there. I think I might be your newest fan. I was just doing my job, you know. The other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. What happens with me? Do I get to go home now? No, I don't think so. Not yet. But I got a great lead in today's trial. That man with Miss May. He's the key. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. I'm gonna find out more about this man. She's cute? Yeah, she's nice. She's a main character. I think, like, after this case, she becomes, like, our partner in crime in undoing crimes. You think he was the one who? Maybe so. Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. Hell yeah. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony, and I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. There's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Hell yeah. To be continued. It is 11:30. We could put a pin on this if my friend Colin is available to do some stuff. I do not think he is. Let's ask him. You would happen to be able to play right now, would you? I suppose not. He just went offline. Whoops. Yes, please. Well, if I'm not able to do anything with him, then I am gonna hit my BRB button. And hi. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Nod, you stinking lawyer. I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes. Laugh at the fallen Miss May. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? You're scaring the security guard. Look at how scared he is. He's trembling in his boots. So, what is it that you wish to ask of me then, huh? How'd you get to be so totally whacked? The man. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Why'd you place a wiretap? When you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May. And I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, huh? Creep. Your attitude. Hey, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad guy. Oh, that doesn't. Bottom feeding scum sucking lawyer. Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? Reason. We may have to come back. Excuse me? The painting is missing? Looks like Grossberg is out today. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. La Mulana is gone. We have to find it. I mean, that's what La Mulana 2 is about. I don't know. I don't know anything about La Mulana 2. Now La Mulana is missing. We gotta find it. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. Maybe I'll just take it. It might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. A photo lies on the desk. Ugh. Look at him. Ugh. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took? Yes, actually. I guess we can only have one of them. Wasn't there a giant painting on that wall? It was a painting of Marvin Grossberg. It was a painting of Fisherman. It's against Phoenix's morals to steal more than one thing at a time. That's his limit. Only one thing. Any more than that, and it turns into a super crime. Marvin Grossberg is illiterate. Move. The only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. So it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Reason. Phonograph. Have the man. I said several times I'm not telling you. Where did you? Aha! This is him, isn't it? It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder. That's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2, part 2. We gotta save. Now we're on the second clue finding part. Also, hi Smurfton, how's it going? You have proof that was him? Show me proof. It's going. Welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewaters rep, as they say. Our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course, and it'll be great for business. Miss May has not been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? You are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Iced coffee. Freeze in. Tell me about the man. That's him, detective. I knew it. I'm the lawyer. I know that. Just want to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? Guy's way too excited about it. Yeah, do it. Write the thing. Do it. Always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Not even Miss May could play dumb to this. Wow, look at all these other things we can get. So much evidence. Ms. May. Not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I was starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. The man who was with Miss May. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. We both carry the scent of danger. There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. You had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I can identify him. We're 2 steps ahead of this video game. Did you tell me more about this hotel? Absolutely, and on that subject I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle. The subtitle, The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm gonna hit the BRB screen right quick. And I'm gonna grab me a drink, and then we're gonna keep going with this investigation. Give me like 2 minutes. Super quick. Text looks weird when it's not being constrained by a DS screen. It's a strange design choice. The art looks a little weird too. Jer said earlier that it's just it's just retraced from the pixel art, which is a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping for like completely new animations or stuff. Also, I got my V8, my drink of choice. Well, here. I don't know that there's much else that I want to do with this guy. I think we really just need to scoot to here and tell the lady, hey, skank, we got an affidavit. Present. Such as the man you checked in with. It was most definitely this guy. Ease her fears? No, dude. No, he's playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. Even though he should have been witness to the murder of your little friend. Wow. Was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with this reputation. I'll talk. You win, lawyer. That felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fist in the air? Tell me about the man you were with. Yeah! He's my boss, Red White, president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp. A detective agency. I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White. Finally, a lead on this guy. April May couldn't have done it. That leaves him. It's time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. I guess we just don't need it anymore. I guess we'll just scoot to the blue. He has the picture. Why does he have the picture? What's with the surreal decor? Welcome. Please furnish me with the title of your personage. You must be a big fan of La Mulana. Yeah, he's got all these statues of boys. He's a big fan. Your name? What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Right. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Splendiferous. Perhaps I've intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporation expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You're an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. What business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? I don't think that means what you think it means. What What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? I mean the wiretap? Indeed. She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. Don't call her ineffable. That is rude. Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. He has transcended mundane problems like time or space. He doesn't deal with those things. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? They should have seen the same thing as April May. The police, the courts, to me they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. Our company of the future, you might say. We are the future. Great. I, Red White of Blue Corp, and as founder and CEO named it so. I have a question. What was this guy's pun name in Japanese? And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? There's something that's been bothering me. And what might that be? That big painting on that wall over there. Where did you get it? When did you get that painting? No idea. I forgot. I've seen that painting before. Yesterday, in fact. Why do I find that painting here today? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? I looked it up. Thank you, Jared. A good detective. Jer. In Japanese, his name is Masaru Konaka. And I presume you have a rough, I presume that you're able to roughly tell me what that means. The three characters mean small, medium, and large. This is good. Red White of Blue Corp also works really well, just because red, white, blue, and also purple hair, pink shirt, different combinations of red, white, and blue, and also red and blue. No, my feeble friend, a mere writer. Worth nothing. Zilch, Zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney. Grotty Burger. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, huh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. That's not quite what you mean. You came here from Grotty Burgers, I presume. Mr. Grossburgers, yes. And you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here?
Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now. Skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss.
Alright, Grody Burger. Ahem. Jumping Jehoshaphat. What's wrong?
You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Boop boop. Boop boop doop boom 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 boom. Boop. Boop boop. Yes, yes I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. Right, Mr. Wright? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit. I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something's been bothering me. You see, it's just that big painting. I mean, all of these are great questions, but I guess we'll start with the painting. There was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said had no intention of parting with? I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp. Red and White's office. So, you noticed. Suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. And I know what it is. You're lovers. I got it. It's not something I can claim to understand. But you and Mr. White are lovers, aren't you? What? My boy. You sent that painting to him as a sign of undying love. Please, you're letting your fancies run away with you. Where do you get these bizarre ideas? I don't understand how you could... That's because I'm not. We're not. Don't be ridiculous. I'll swallow my pride and tell you all. I knew it. They are lovers. We got him. We are not lovers, he said to my thoughts. Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Court is a company that excels at finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid, and I've been paying them for 15 years now. All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It's hard for me to tell you this, my boy. But arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. He has information on everyone and gives them an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. They're bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. Now, what is the DL6? The sorting code the police gave the case. 15 years ago now, I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. Her name was Misty Fey. Indeed, it was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the request of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. I did all I could for her. In the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. Why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? It's top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know that they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. One person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. An embarrassment to me now because I talked to the police and mocked far and wide. It
secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet, if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Move. Examine the window. Examine the plant. Examine the painting. Your poster. Check out the notes. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. And finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... Mia thought he was involved in the suicides. Really? I guess we could go to Fuck. Can we just run up to Mr. Blue and accuse him of murder? I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Reason. Reason. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then one day word got leaked to the press. The very next day he took his own life. And this concerns me how... I found this article in Mia's office. He had a file filled with articles like this, and every one of them was labeled with a single word, white. I know what you did to this politician. You blackmailed him. Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. The company is built on blackmail. What a bizarre accusation, Mr. Wrong. What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, no, no. I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Beep. Secretary's office, hello. Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. You are absolutely right. I should be looking for the killer now. And actually, I've done better. I found him. He's sitting right in front of me. Mia was onto you, and she kept keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then Mia was murdered and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. The culprit would be? Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. We won't be needing any escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court? I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? And one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent. You been listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer, man. I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You were a mere lawyer. As was Miss Mia. How dare you? How dare you? I'll point the finger at you and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they will make even you look competent. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Butts. Harry Butts. Right, actually. Phoenix, right? And my friend's name is Larry. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe. I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. My trial begins tomorrow. White's gonna set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be in on it. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. They'll let you out of detention. How interesting that now we're in detention and that she's out of detention, and yet it's the same screen. It looks the same, is what I'm getting at. Same shaking in his boots guard and everything. Now I'm afraid we switched places. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Help me break out of here. Maybe it's a mirror. Maybe I was Maya this whole time. Well, you could cheer me for me in court. Like a cheerleader? Yeah, like that. Leave it to me. Better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. What? It was a joke. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks, it's good to know you're on my side. Just a piece? Then come to the trial tomorrow. I'll show him a thing or two. Times may change, and yet with crime it's still the same old story. It's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finished in a day, most with a guilty verdict, and I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. True culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. It's me or him. To be continued. How long is this? This part. I feel kind of like going to bed, but I also feel like it'd be kind of not great if we just left it here. You should finish it. Okay. Easy peasy. Let's go. Let's go get him. Get the boy. Go get the boy. We gotta get the boy. One another, this case gets decided today. Hey, Edgy. Received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. You're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. You've changed. Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Well, court will be starting soon. Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not. I'll be defending myself. Let's do this. Hell yeah. September 9. Offense is ready, Your Honor. Are you sure you're up to doing this? Understood. Your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. The prosecution may call its witness. It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about that, I suppose it's me. I'd like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. You wish to know the title of my personage? Yes, that is what I said. Do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO. It's so hard. They do these Spanish jokes, and it's so hard for me to tell that it's in Spanish all of a sudden because it doesn't have like the curly Q over the N or anything like that or anything else that you would usually use to mark that the letters sound different. I hope we get this guy fast. Yeah, that. Did you know the victim is Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. I did not hit her. I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Did you witness the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? I can't rip this guy's testimony apart. I'm done for. I would always feel like it's the end of the world when I'm the last man standing. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. You can't say God. Let him have it, Phoenix. Well, you were right there? You're just right here? Hi, how's it going? It was about 9 o'clock. I was quietly perusing, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then that I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say that the man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. There was a terrible impaction. It was all over. There wasn't a running, it was like a dodge, right? Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect.
Objection!
Easy peasy. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. It is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. The victim ran to the left as you claimed she did. She would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. We did witness the killing. Wait a second. Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? I doubt it. Rather, it does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. That's a bold claim, Mr. Lawyer. He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course.
He was the murderer.
More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. My little pointy hand. He was standing at the door. He was standing outside. He was standing on the quay. Prison. This is where he was. And the victim ran for the door. If he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. This is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. That's the point. Get with the program. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. What are you suggesting? Rapscallion? The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. They do seem a bit far-fetched. Well, he's got his composure back. Oh, this guy. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment has made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear. For this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her. Savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? I mean, we already have evidence that says hit one time. Press. Stop saying it was me. But it was. Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break. Oh no, the lady's there. Maya's there. Yay. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. Okay. The 2 accounts. Alright. My stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Yeah, we're getting it done quick. Just for fair, sissy. I looked at the other window. The other window? Is there another window? That thing fall? What exactly was that thing? The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Something about that strike you as odd. Mr. White. You're saying you saw the glass light stand? And change your testimony to reflect that. You would not have been able to see it if it was lying on the floor, though. I think. That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before? I was instructed not to. Wait, one moment. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I'm so confused. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Please refrain from badgering the witness. Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area that you would be able to see. Here. Note that the stand is not within the visible area. And also, if it was on the floor, you just wouldn't. Even if it was in the visible area, you wouldn't be able to see it because if it was on the floor, it'd be under the window, like out of view anyway, because it's so dang close to the. Anyways, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculously. I don't know what he said. If you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over, and in fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law offices. You were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor. I, Miss Mia.
Objection!
That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court. Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Court. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fang. Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? You wouldn't. In order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break! In order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices, and that's when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office, and has shown that there was only one time when Mr. White could have seen the stand. I really wanted this. It should be over fairly soon. We're almost there. The very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. It is a fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place when he went to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture that it is. Conjecture. You will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. This is an interesting one.
Hold it!
Do you have proof?
Objection!
April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder.
Hold it!
Was it really you that went into the office, or was it Miss May?
Objection!
Unidentified fingerprints, several days old, were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Co. law offices.
Hold it!
Why did you tap me his phone?
Objection!
This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Court is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality.
Hold it!
Why'd you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Time has come for you to admit defeat. You fought honorably. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. The waiting lobby? What happened? I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. You're finally awake. Ah! Hey! That's no way to greet an old friend. I want you to look at me. Phoenix is dead. Welcome to the court afterlife. He's in the afterlife with Mia. Rip. Maya? Didn't you, the Fey woman, have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. We magic lawyering now. That's right, I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up, and you can't either. She got her sexy out. Yeah, she got big titas. She, like, gained titas. That's what I came here to tell you. We don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. You have that receipt in the court record, right? The one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix White wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Glass light stand. Date of purchase September 4. September 4? I bought that stand the day before I was killed. But why didn't we read the receipt? What did Mr. White say in his testimony? That he was there way earlier and that the nightstand was there and he's a dirty liar. And also, wow, that light stand lasted all of like 2 days. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent, now you just gotta prove it. Hell yeah. Is the defendant... Are you alright, Mr. Wright? I'm fine now. Such a waste of money and glass, right? Such a waste of money that was spent on glass. That was then destroyed. There's nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished, and that is required. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, give me one more chance. I promise you this is the last time I'll ask you. Mr. Edgeworth has noted the trial is more or less finished. Good thing there's no capitalism in hell. Only the barter system. Do you have an opinion on this matter? I say let us give Phoenix Wright his last chance. You may begin your cross-examination.
Objection!
Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I like his little finger, Sonic the Hedgehog finger waggle. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. That's the second time he said that, and that's the second time I've thought, I think nautical. The other side? Would you tell the court what is written on the other side of the receipt? A glass light stand. And the date of purchase. That's the day before the murder. Mr. White, when you allegedly entered the Fey & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. That's a lot of screaming. I can't act that because my parents are asleep. And even if they're awake, they were awake, they would probably be angry at me. It's impossible. He's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on him. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Boink. And that is all for the trial of...
Objection!
Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Huh? No way he could worm his way out of this one. I forgot it's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any farther. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. Edgeworth is sure to come up with or just make up something. And after Mia showed up and helped me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Your Honor, if I may, I'm quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court.
Take that!
Take that! The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. Read your badge. Tell them I'm a lawyer. Listen, dude, I'm qualified. That's when it happened. Stop. Desist. Halt. Please. Make them stop. How did you get that list? I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. I did hit her. It's not bullshit. I did. Thanks, Chair. I did hit her. It is not bullshit. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Spirited it was. Fuck. This court finds the defense, rather the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Hell yeah. This court is adjourned. We did it! Yeah! I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya, and I won't forget it as long as I live. My time here is running out. Maya's powers are still weak, and I can't stay here that long. I'm sure we'll meet again. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight, say 9 o'clock? I'll see you later. You came. I was kind of worried you might not. I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? You should see her face. What are you talking about? It's me. What? Did I look like my sister? I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Why are you here? Because of this. Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone's gotta help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who's better but me? Maya Faye, reporting for duty. On second thought, let's make the schedule. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business. She said the yo word. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. But Mia had no idea what his name was. She always called him Harry. Your Honor, Maya is clearly lying. When I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Right. Let's do it. Do what? Burgers, idiot. There's a great burger joint down the street. Here, I have a joke to pull about this. Go rest in peace or something. Just stop being not dead. I have a joke. Here it is.
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite.
This is the only thing I can think of when he says burger. We got a new episode. Save your progress? Yeah, why not? Yeah. Steel Samurai. The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood. Holy shit. We're playing Sekiro now. I should just like Alt F4 this. See you in hell, evil magistrate. What the fuck? Donuts? The Dark Messenger returns. It's a jelly donut. That's the thing he's holding. Here. I need to get out of here. I want to go to the title screen. Yes. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of every time they say burgers in this fucking game. Because this is totally a Japanese game, and Jer and I were talking about how they did some things with the localization to make it sound like everyone was in America. So we got burgers instead. Yeah, in Japanese she loves ramen. They're clearly jelly donuts. Yeah, okay. So it's ramen is the thing. I'm glad I have you to ask these questions too, Jer. Because my knowledge of Phoenix Wright is growing. It's faithfully stereotypical. That's pretty good. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll continue more Phoenix Wright stuff soon, TM. I don't work tomorrow, so I should be able to do a long stream theoretically. So I might have room for like multiplayer stuff, and then when I get closer to my actual stream time, start some Phoenix Wright stuff. Maybe we can have a little bit of both. It all depends on who's online. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Nick. Thanks Wit. Thanks Jer. Thanks Zab. Thanks Corbin. And double thanks to Fair Sissy and Smurfton for showing up. It's always, or we could watch movies, or we could do that. But I can't do that on Twitch. That's illegal. Thanks for the stream. I was gonna say, thanks double to you guys, because you guys don't show. Because, I mean, no offense to anyone else I said thanks to, but you guys don't show up every single stream, so it's like a treat whenever you guys come in. I'm glad you keep coming back. Next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, the first one, we'll see what this whole business with the Steel Samurai is. Hopefully somebody doesn't die. Hopefully we get to defend a case that isn't murder. And maybe something more mundane like jaywalking. Hopefully. I don't think it will be jaywalking, but we can always hope. So, thanks everybody for watching. Again, good night. Have a day. And I'll see everybody next time. Goodbye. See ya, nerd.